Good morning, Juventini, and welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel for another episode of Juve Today, where we'll cover the day in news so far this morning surrounding La Vecchia Signora, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. But of course, I want to hear yours, so make sure to drop your comments on everything we discuss today in the comment section of the video. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel for much more Juve content, including a podcast this weekend, which will be live, which will be recapping the entire week of news and rumors surrounding Juventus. Make sure you're a part of that as well. Now, let's kick things off. With Allegri, who has finally been announced. 4-year deal. Was earlier on in the morning reported at 9 million a season, but since then has been proven to be 7 million a season that Juve will have him for, and that's an absolute bargain, to be honest. When you look at the precedent that some of these other guys set with Conte, Pochettino, and whatnot, 7 million for Max, an absolute bargain. So there you go, Max Allegri back at the helm. In terms of Andrea Pirlo is removed completely. I feel bad in the sense that I would have liked to have seen him just do what he was originally hired for, which was take over the U23s and still stay among the system. So you're seeing a lot on social media from players wishing him the best of luck. He may move on to Sassuolo now that there's vacancy there, as De Serbi is moving on to Shakhtar. So I want to get your thoughts on Pirlo. Should Juventus have at least kept him within the club and the organization? Drop your comments on Pirlo there. Now, in terms of rumors, now they will ramp up significantly in terms of players who Allegri wants and whatnot. Now, the latest on Cristiano Ronaldo is that he is looking to move away from Juventus, and that Max Allegri coming back changes nothing as far as his stance on moving away from Juventus. The rumors are swirling again about Manchester United and a Pogba swap. Would be absolutely fantastic, and I would be over this all day. I just still feel that the market for Cristiano is not what it would be during normal circumstances due to the lost revenue from all these clubs. So I'm not 100% sure Man U is going to want to get in on that. I think if Ronaldo is willing to take a pay cut, then his market would open up significantly. But unless that happens, I'm not so sure. I think Juve might be having him back for the last year of his contract. Paulo Dybala. Rumors now are that Allegri is trying to get Juventus to reopen those negotiations and would like to Paulo Dybala in the fold at Juventus. Exciting news for all the Juventini that wanted Dybala to remain with Juventus. I want to get your thoughts. Should Juve look to make a move for him or keep him? Because this has been one that fans have been split for all throughout the season, in which we all know was a very frustrating season for Dybala and, of course, Juventini, because he was just simply unavailable due to injuries, due to COVID multiple times. Very, very frustrating season. But towards the end there, Dybala really did show you why we missed him. So, split opinions throughout the season. But in terms of now, my personal opinion, you cannot lose both Ronaldo and Dybala. One of them must stay. In terms of our project, our team, growth, I think it makes more sense to keep Dybala. But again, I think you're going to have struggles moving really either one during these times. So be interesting. But we'll see how that plays out. Now, an interesting one is Bonucci. Apparently reported that Bonucci is uncertain about his future with Juventus due to Max coming back, and not sure if they're going to be able to work together, which is absolutely bizarre to read, regardless of the sources or whatnot. I just thinking this is bizarre because Max was literally behind bringing him back after he went to Milan, of course. So Max was on board with bringing him back to Juventus. And of course, we saw what he ended up doing with Benatia, Max Allegri, and moving him aside. And that was one of the moves I brought up in the concerns in bringing Allegri back. And that's the thing. There are concerns, and people might have misunderstood when I was bringing up those concerns, like I'm not on board for having Max back. I am on board. The thing is, all the decisions that Juventus could have made had concerns involved. Zidane, is he the right guy to lead a rebuild? Allegri. Should Allegri get more power in the Mercados, given that a lot of those guys that were extended that we got handcuffed with were his guys? Paulo Dybala, he struggled to get the best out of Paulo Dybala, was at one point playing him in the midfield. So there are concerns with all these guys. Pirlo, will Pirlo do worse next season? There's concerns with all options that Juventus could have possibly done. But the thing is, at least with Allegri, I think he's done more with less than Zidane, so he kind of has the edge in terms of where we are in building. And over Pirlo and a lot of those other guys, Max has just had the experience and he's won. So yeah, I think best option out of all the guys involved. Brought him in, good price. Let's move forward. But this Bonucci one is very, very strange. Be a weird one. So Chiellini now looking to possibly extend now that Allegri's back, and that may take place. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And another one of those concerns too is the young guys. What's going to happen with the young guys? So Fagioli might go out on a loan, possible sale, but they should have the option to buy back. Must have an option to buy back on Fagioli, and we know how highly Allegri spoke of Fagioli several years ago. So yeah, I can't see them outright getting rid of Fagioli, but some of these younger guys you might see go out on loan. And that was one of the things that we did like about Pirlo and praise about Pirlo. Again, something that we're going to look to see if Max kind of changes in terms of faith in the younger guys and whatnot. So let's see how that plays out. Now, the rumor is that Milinkovic-Savic is all of a sudden back on the table, as well as Rodrigo de Paul. So the big question today, and I put the poll out on Twitter, is if you had to choose between the two, would you go with Rodrigo de Paul or would you go with Sergei Milinkovic-Savic? So Milinkovic-Savic got out to a massive, massive lead in this one. And since then, it's become very close, about 54% Sergei Milinkovic-Savic and 44% roughly for de Paul. For me, this is a tough one. Milinkovic-Savic, again, I think gets a lot of freedom in Lazio, depending on how Max wants to play. If it's a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 that we see out of Max, I'm not so sure he would be a better fit than de Paul. Milinkovic-Savic, I think, does extremely well based on the freedom he's provided at Lazio. And I've seen struggles when he goes to play nationally. And I also think he's quite a bit streaky, and he's going to cost you more, and he's going to have a higher salary. De Paul gives you a lot of the same and a little more in terms of the creativity that we really, really lack out of the middle. So this is not so cut and dry. And gun to my head, I might actually be leaning towards de Paul, factoring in all aspects. How de Paul played in all facets of the game, on the pitch, stats, factoring in finances, and the financial burden on the club and whatnot, salary-wise. I think I lean towards de Paul, but drop your comments. I want to hear how you guys feel. How do you guys feel about Max being back? How do you feel about Pirlo? Should he remain within the club? De Paul or Sergei Milinkovic-Savic? What do you guys think? I want to hear from all you Juventini. And please remember to subscribe to the channel, like these videos, and make sure you're around this weekend for the live, which will most likely be on Sunday. Live podcast where we're going to recap everything, and you'll be able to take part in the discussion right here on YouTube. Ciao Juventini. We'll talk tomorrow. Forza Juve. Fino alla fine. Ciao.